Okay, so hi guys, welcome to the studio. Looking over there, it's Amanda here. I just thought I'd have a little chat, and as a warm up for me, and warm up in the sense that I'm prepping myself for um, doing some lives, and I know this isn't live, but um, the whole point about going live is that you can't edit anything, and so I'm going to do this without editing. So we've come to the end. We've finished artist studio tours, finished the Caribbean Fine Art Fair. There's still kind of like the last bits of um, things that we would normally this is our first, so there isn't a normal. It's what we decide it is, and hold on to that point about what you're doing is what you decide it is. Um, so things like one of the things that we may be doing is in February we showed images from the last event, and so once we've managed to kind of gather ourselves and our thoughts, and a few of us are compromised in the sense that either age or illness or condition or maybe more susceptible to the virus. So, and we've all got families that again we have to be mindful of, and who may be affected in one way or another. Whenever I do a video, my voice gets deeper. Anyway, so as we gather our thoughts, and we're all kind of recovering after the two sessions, there are going to be additional things. I've got a candle burning beside me, and in terms of Cafe it's kind of similar kind of thing. There's after an event, what do you do? You've taken photographs, so all of that kind of showing people what happened has got to happen. But and what I wanted to kind of touch on was the feeling, and I have done a little bit, it's the feeling that you get after a massive thing that you've been involved in, whatever you've been involved in, and the climax of it all, and then it's finished, and then for us it's going to be planning for the next one. But it is that space of time that it's just like, I've got all my time back now. All the things that I was saying, oh yeah, after this, then I'll do this. You've got to start doing them now. And so one of the reason why I wanted to kind of touch base was it's this feeling of it's this feeling of that. And one of the things I'd said I wanted to do to my studio was like, I wanted to sort it out upstairs. I've got upstairs, so I wanted to do that before the studio tours, and then outside, and I wanted to build a gate and build this and build that arbor for the garden. And these are all the things I said, right, yeah, before it starts, this is what I'm going to do. And it's almost, I'm in that mode now. I'm thinking, it's like, and it's a weird feeling. I'm trying to process it when I'm speaking to you, because I thought, I had to just kind of try and decipher what this feeling is. And I'm looking at my calendar, and my calendar is just like, we're in the week after everything's happened. And so that big rush and that feeling of anxiety because you don't have the things that you felt you would want to have in place, they're not in place. It's just like, but you will take your time now. You have time now to do it. The artist studio tours and everything else has passed now. So the anxiety you felt of leading up to it, that you wanted these things in place, you can now take your time, plan it in, you know, and it's that kind of tussle. No, I don't. I've still got to hurry up. And it's just like, no, you don't. You can start, you know, really sorting out your studio, whatever you need to sort out with these. You know, I've still got these here. And where all my work was displayed, I'm now kind of, you know, bringing some back in here, deciding how much I want to have displayed. Where are things going to go now? Because some of the things were pieces that were finished leading up, and so I've got additional artwork that is just like, okay, where is this going to go now? and so I haven't moved anything, and I'm still in the. If somebody was to come, they can see the studio. It's just, they can see the artwork up, all the labels are up, and it's just like I haven't wanted to even think about that, and I'm mindful of the things I want to clear up beforehand, like, you know, upstairs the roof needs doing, but what happens is so I'm letting you insider secrets here. So the paint is, you know, it's just like there's a bit of dust falling onto the stuff that's up there. So it's just like, well, stuff needs to be cleaned and I need to sort that roof out. So I'm not going to want to store anything up there unless it's properly stored and you know, and I have the stuff finished. So, and then down here, it's like, as I was working, it was just like, you can't see it all, but it's just like, well, you need to tidy up your studio. You need to organize yourself. You need to organize it. And it's just like, but I can't because I've got people coming to see the work. And it's just like, okay, the tour's done now, so people can come by appointment. So I'm saying people can come by appointment. But just take your time. And it's just like, yeah, that kind of back into the flow of things. But part of me actually likes that kind of, you know, you've got something scheduled, so you have to work up to it and you have to get things done. So that's my kind of where I'm at now. And I know that others are kind of, you know, similar kind of feeling, or maybe not, or maybe, you know, they've got themselves together. And, you know, again, with this virus, you know, it's kind of also made everything go slower because we now have to take a step back and look at how we do things, you know, even how simple things like, how do you disinfect your home when you're coming from outside and you've been on, say, public transport? You know, do you see, the lady was in England, so when she was talking, you know, you come in and you throw your coat on the chair, but now you have to steam these, and we've got mosquitoes to boot as well, you know. Anyway, so gonna wrap it up under 10 minutes, little chat. Yeah, so the thing I would say is you need to take your time, without the virus, you know, or not. I mean, we've got to think about how we manage ourselves, our families and our homes, our surroundings and our connections with others. And we've got to be mindful that there are vulnerable in our communities, and we need to make sure that we stay connected to them, so they're not, you know, some of them are already isolated or feeling isolated. So we've got to step up and, you know, reach out to our neighbours and see that they've got things that they need. Those who don't have a car may not be able to go out and buy stuff, so that if they had to be, social distancing, if they had to keep themselves isolated even more, then they would have the provisions. So it's, you know, checking on those people and seeing, you know, how they are managing in this time. And we're pulling together more as a community rather than, okay, I've got myself sorted out, so, you know, at the end of all of this, I'll come out. You know, things may be very different when this all, and if you think about it, yeah, you know, like it's the only kind of time in recorded history, as far as I know, I mean, I may be wrong, that borders were shut, travel reduced, people told to stay at home, armed guards on the street in some countries, and you know, you think about, so a travel, you know, no travel, no schools, how things will go back to normal and what will normal be then. Anyway, take care for now, and I will see you in a couple of days with some more videos, more things that you can do, more insights, more encouragement. Look forward to connecting with you. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe so you'll be notified. Click the notification bell. Mouthful there. And yeah, stay safe. Take care.